Hey guys, welcome to Everyday Family Adventure. I'm Trent, and today I've got some new friends we're going to introduce to you. We're going to just take a little tour of the outside of their coach because I'm really excited about this. Hopefully I can learn a few things. Let me introduce you here to Chip.
Hi, I'm Chip. And turns out that we have the same coach as Trent and Siobhan. So
it's pretty awesome. I love this. So I can't wait to see more about it. But first of all, before we get going, can you tell everybody where they can find you guys?
Yeah, sure. Best place is on Instagram. So my wife Paige handles the Instagram account. It's the Sevy7, S-E-V-Y, and then the word 7, S-E-V-E-N.
I love it. So that's tons of fun. We're gonna just take a look at a bunch of stuff. So, okay. Okay, what do you got here? So this thing stays in here?
Yeah, it does. It stays hooked up. It's a Lippert Wastemaster.
Wow.
Well, I was able to reconfigure this however I wanted. And one of the projects on my list that hasn't been done yet is to actually put a shelf here to keep this underneath.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's nice.
But this is all one unit. What I really like about this is it's a plastic version of like a cam lock that you would see on a fireman's hose on a fire truck. And so no dripping, no leaking. I can just leave it hooked up like this, and it's got a nice valve on the end as well. It makes dumping the tanks really.
So this
really
is gray and black. Wow. Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And you have like a little handy heater installed in here. That's kind of nice.
I do. Yeah.
Because you're in cold weather.
I picked that up at Home Depot. I have not needed to use it yet.
Nice.
We've got some of our furnace plumb down here from the back furnace that keeps everything heated up.
And you guys, they restored this whole like basement here. Like,
yeah, there was
re-welded. I saw their pictures of all the black and gray tanks and their freshwater tank, and oh, it's so nice. I love it though.
Yeah.
You definitely got some
so
work cut out for you.
We modified it a little bit, and if I had more time, I would do more stuff. But,
that's always the case.
You know, it's always the case. But we got it in a functional.
I love that. That's cool. So this is the new battery upgrade that you did, which is interesting in a day when everybody's talking lithium and everything. You still chose to do the AGM.
I did. It came down to, if I switched to lithium, I would have had to box this in, keep them temperature controlled, or put some external heaters, do something, because you can't charge lithium when they're cold. I would have had to replace some other stuff, some chargers, the inverter. I felt like it was just too much time. We're full-time on the road right now, so it would have been a big project to tackle on the go. And I didn't want to.
Well, this is getting me thinking about some things too. So there's a third one though.
There is a third one. Third one's in the back.
Whoa. This is kind of nice. Extra storage.
We got this for a trip to Disney World with our minivan several years ago.
Nice.
And I thought it would be great to repurpose it here. It doubles as better brake lights than is built in. So it hooks
that's
up
kind of cool. Hey,
better brake lights.
Yeah, if you're not towing, then it's nice. Always nice to have extra storage around. Oh, this is an interesting open to your engine too.
So this is a.
Hey, do that again for me. That was cool. Whoa, man, mine's a whole lot more difficult than this. Whoa, this is a diesel, a Detroit diesel.
It is a Detroit diesel. It's a 6V92 TA. It is turbocharged and aftercooled.
Whoa, and so these are your starter batteries here. This is your other.
And you'll notice that they're not hooked up yet. I've got one hooked up, and I've got some new cables coming. Thank you, Amazon. I've got, this is our third house battery, and that'll be hooked up with these cables here. So it had the ability to do this third 8D AGM in the back, and I'm excited about that.
So how many amp hours did you say that gives you?
So we'll have 750, and then with AGM, you really only want to run that down to 50%. So, you know, just shy of 400.
Oh, so great. I love that, man. I know so many people on our channel that love to see these old engines. This thing is just awesome, man. We, you know, if you guys, you know, we have the Cummins in the year newer. They still were putting Detroit diesel in them, but because they were custom coaches, you know, the person who had that one built wanted a Cummins in them.
Yeah. They're cool. Both really solid.
They
I
are.
mean, you really can't go wrong.
Gosh.
One thing that I did here that is, if you're familiar, is you lift this up from the inside to access for maintenance and things. I rebuilt this fire insulation. I took the old stuff down and I put rock wool in, and we did some hardy backer and stainless fasteners. I felt like if that's the part that's going to get really hot, that's probably the part that's the most important to protect for fire and heat. But it made a big difference upstairs as far as keeping the engine noise and heat out.
That's cool. Yeah, it seems like I have a lot more space in here than...
I don't think your turbo, and we'll look, but I don't think your turbo sits right on top like ours. No. So that turbo is going to be the hottest part of the whole engine, and it's within just a couple of inches of essentially a piece of plywood.
Wow, okay. So cool. So this is the other side of the wet bay.
Yeah, this is where you're... Side of the wet bay. And so we had the entire, I mean, this was entirely open, no floor, nothing. Rebuilt the whole thing, replumbed the whole thing.
Wow, yeah, this nut right there, that one, that's the one you can drain that out, and we got so much crud out of there. What is this guy?
So that is the pressure accumulator.
Pressure accumulator?
Yeah, you probably have one too.
Do I?
Yeah, when you, the water pump turns on, it builds up pressure in there, so you can still use your faucets and get a little bit out of it.
I'm sure I have one. We just recently experienced
it. A rubber bladder in
there. Yeah. Well, your lights aren't working. Just like mine. That's okay.
I think I took the bulbs out so they wouldn't.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so took you around the outside, but now we're gonna go inside, and I'm gonna bring Siobhan this time. It's freezing out here. Freezing. Our bodies are not accustomed to this right now.
And you'll have to forgive me because I haven't had a shower for
it's part of RV
2.5
living.
days now. Well, it's because we came back to the RV and realized, oh, we took all of our towels to Hawaii. So we're gonna get towels
today. Shh. Okay, all right, let's go in. Knock, knock.
Knock, knock.
Can we come in? Awesome. That's the first thing I noticed I love.
They have a screen on their door. Man.
I don't know if we can do that. Anyways, look at this beautiful coach. Look at all the things they've done in here. Here, you hold this.
I've got Ren's art project. I think I'm going to set outside just because
it's the cutest thing,
there's no really great place.
She made like a little habitat. She's totally like a little road schooler. She made a little habitat with some little animals inside.
Yeah, that's fine.
So this coach is 1 year older, right? It's a 94. And there are some things that are the same and some things that are different.
I think a lot of stuff that's different. Yeah. I don't know, like I'm still looking at this and I want to measure it. I feel like
he thinks this space over here is somewhat longer than ours.
I do. But
I don't know. I think it's just because the table's different.
Maybe our table's smaller.
Yeah, I think maybe that might be it.
So there's a kind of an oval shaped table instead of the
here looks
so yeah, you have to imagine like if this came out it might feel smaller.
But you guys, so look over here, they did a whole bench here.
I love this.
And the wood flooring is all new.
You can fit a lot of kids on that bench.
Yes.
You could line them all up. We had a jackknife sofa here, and it had this kind of curved settee thing that stuck out.
Things just get in the way.
And it was great at the time, I suppose. But for us, this was a lot more functional to build the bench.
And then they have their sleeper sofa here now.
Sleeper sofa.
This is where Chip
comes out and goes. You said it goes all the way up.
Yeah, so it kind of folds out like that. Like this pulls out, and then the mattress folds over, and then it slides under. Under the bench.
And they've got these really cool little tables for work and
our vintage laser tag guns. But we can fold this around. We had a piece of a leaf for the desk that used to be here, and we repurposed that piece of corian to match, and then we can swing it around and create different space in the kitchen.
So this is obviously I showed you guys the outside first, but I want to introduce you to Paige and Scout. And one of the things we didn't tell you guys is the Severance family also has 5 children. And so they modded their back room out to a bunk room just like we did. I think inspired by us too, right?
Theirs is more like temporary bunks though, which I think is awesome. So they have like more play space because they can take their bunks down.
Yeah.
So, you want to show them how you do that?
There's
That's
so
really
many
cool.
little things about this RV, but I think people want to see that here.
Yeah. Let's go follow Scout into their bunk room. So you'll notice the bathroom kind of the same, a little bit different things like their mirrors, but overall same bathroom, same closets and all of that. But back here their bunk room's a little different.
Okay, so this is Ren's bunk, my bunk, Tate's bunk, and Jack's bunk, and Hank just sleeps on a mattress in the middle.
Yep.
So
And what are these called? These
they're called kid-o-bunks or disco beds.
Okay, disco bed kiddo bunks. So these are cot bunks. Are they comfortable?
Yeah, they're actually pretty comfortable.
Now, did they come with these little mattress pads, or did you guys make those or get them?
We actually asked someone to make them for us.
Okay.
Whenever we want to keep things under here for a while, like long term, you just put it under here and you can lift this up
Look at that. That
and
is
it holds
so
a ton
cool.
of things.
That's really awesome.
So yeah. And it's on that side too.
So you have both sides. Both sides they have storage underneath, which is actually really nice. So it doesn't matter that you took the storage out up top because you put new storage down in the bottom.
Yep.
Which is awesome. I love your setup. I love that it's temporary so that you can turn it into different things. It's like a transformer bedroom.
Yeah, I can turn it into a movie theater, all sorts of different things.
So cool. I love it. It's a great idea. Hey.
Hey.
So she showed us how to like take down the beds and transfer them. We
that's
call it the
cool.
transformer bedroom.
That's awesome.
Like a transformer.
I love that. But
Yeah.
it just shows, like, you know, it's so easy for people to mod something into a bunk room.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the parents have this space at night to, you know, finish up things. And
The thing is that families are getting out on the road,
Yes,
like
they
especially
are.
now since the whole coronavirus pandemic.
you can quarantine in your own house on
Yeah.
the road.
And you have everything you need wherever you want to be. And so the thing is I think that RV companies are starting to realize that this is not just a retiree industry, it's a family industry now, which I think is amazing. Like the more families that can get out on the road together, you know, like you're in a tight space, you're forced to be together, and it's really like, it's a good thing for families.
Yeah.
But I think they're realizing it and making some changes, making a lot more family options. But if you find a rig that doesn't have family options, you can make it into whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
Right?
So, I was going to say, is there any other things you guys would want to see too? Make sure to put it in the comments and we'll redirect them to you guys. What is in the cooktop here?
So their cooktop's
Oh.
a little different. They have these little half things, kind of like our sink, which is interesting, but they have different burners, which I told her, I was like, I'm kind of jealous of your 2 burners that are actually nice burners, because I just have this old like Magic Chef with 4 burners, but 2 of them are not even real burners. They're like, if you light them, they're like a candle flame. They're not even, there's no, all of the propane BTUs or whatever that are supposed to like bring the heat, they're the first 2, and the back 2 are like warming burners. So, and they don't have an oven down here. They have drawers instead, and so they have their little countertop oven, which I prefer anyway because everybody knows that RV ovens burn everything. So
That's true.
it's kind of a nice option. There's a lot of people actually that are taking their oven out and exchanging it for drawers. My idea was to take it out and put one of those drawer dishwashers. because what mom of 5 doesn't want a dishwasher?
Yeah.
I've got 5 dishwashers that don't work very well.
Well, come on over here. We want to get their information. And if you are a, you know, I'm just trying to, yeah. I want you guys to come on in the shot here. Yeah, if you are a RV company that wants to let Siobhan try out that dishwasher, then you can let us know.
I'm just saying, like, I'm all about it.
Or you can let these guys know. They'll try it out for us.
Sure.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Where can we find you again? Let us know that.
On Instagram at the Sevy7.
Okay.
77. We'll link it down below.
Yeah. And again, you guys can follow us on Patreon, Everyday Family Adventure. You can follow, you just said Everyday Family Adventure for Instagram for you. TrentandSiobhan.com. So yeah, if you guys like these kind of videos, let us know. Give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. And remember, we can make the world better.
I believe we can.
Bye guys.
Bye.